The most important item in Throne and Liberty that all players should have is a Black Anvil weapon. These things are a tremendous boost to your progression within the game in terms of getting that really important Solent you need and weapon mastery levels. Solent is used for so many things: trading, enchanting, crafting, etc. Weapon mastery is really important, so you get all of these skill bonuses, all these stat boosts, and every single level will give you 3 combat power, which means a total of 600 from both the weapons that you have equipped, allowing you to access higher level content. So I will cover in this video exactly how you can get your Black Anvil weapon, if you don't already have it, within just 1 week. And that's not, like the other guides will tell you, by going to the Black Anvil Forge. This place is pretty horrible, but it is a viable strategy to get obsidian. But you need to kill upwards of 100,000 of these dwarves to get 100 obsidian with the crazy drop rate of 0.09%. Dwarf brawlers, dwarf snipers, and dwarf wizards. It is something I do not recommend. So as per the tier 3 update, it has gotten far easier via other methods. So I'll break it down via these sources exactly how you can get 100 per week, and thus be able to craft that Black Anvil weapon, immediately giving you a massive progression boost. If you're not aware why it's so good and where to actually use it, this gives that 50% Solent and Mastery boost, which will be displayed on your character sheet just here. You do not want to use this weapon in regular content, when doing dungeons, trials, raids, etc. You only want to use it when you're out there burning your Abyss tokens. What do I mean by that if you're really new? Well, a lot of activities will give you these Abyss contract tokens. You'll need to use them by killing enemies in an Abyss dungeon. Go to Talandre and go to either the Temple of Truth, Birkent Estate, or the Crimson Mansion, and you will kill enemies there combined with your contract scrolls, and these will give you weapon drops for everyone you kill while you have those tokens, including weapon mastery and Solent. And this is massively boosted by the Black Anvil weapon, food such as apricot pie, and from the battle pass, the abundance fruit for 30%, and the mastery reports for 30% weapon mastery. Simply go to your chat here, and whenever somebody says like Crimson 3 or B3 is another name for it, or Birkent or Temple, you can join one of those parties and go follow them around and contribute to the team and have those buffs active. Whenever you get kills, you will use these contract tokens to get that loot. So let's jump back to how to get this obsidian. You need 100 of it for a Black Anvil weapon. We start with weekly missions. These are really simple. Just do those tasks that it says and you will get these points, and you'll get 3 obsidian right there. And that's every week. Then you can go to the Battlegrounds Merchant. He will also give you 3 of them per week. You need these combat coins, which you will obtain through doing your Battlegrounds here. Just register, fulfill a role. You will need to be 6,000 combat power. And you can also go to Arena and get some here if you get victories. So again, another 3 per week. Then you can get your guild treasure chest. Depending how active your guild is, you're going to complete activities and you're going to get contribution to these treasure chests. And these can actually give you some very good rewards, but they will always drop an obsidian piece. So I'll assume you get 1 per week. Then you have the secret dungeons here, the Hall of Illusion. You will have to go and do these solo. You can do them on difficult or nightmare, depending how geared you are. And you can see within the rewards, there's a chance you'll get an obsidian piece. You can do these 3 times per week. With that drop rate, you will get about 1 every 2 weeks. Then you can do your raid, and you want to do this ideally on normal and hard. Hard, I recommend doing with a static group. Just run together every week and ideally be on a Discord call to learn mechanics together. But just claiming these rewards will always give you this 37% chance to give you an obsidian piece. So on average, you get 1 per week from just doing the raid. 1 from normal and 1 from hard. So this puts us at just 10 obsidian per week. So it would be quite a while if you didn't do these other things to get your Black Anvil weapon, which is what most of us did if you didn't do the Black Anvil Forge. However, as per the tier 3 update, there's a super good source now, and that's by going to the whale. You can find these nodes, which are called marine ore, and they have a 5% chance to give you obsidian. Now, the great thing about these ores is that they will spawn every 5 minutes. There are 6 nodes on the whale, and they are per individual. You will not share them with other characters. So even if there's 100 players here, you will still always get your own drops. Again, it is about 5% per node. But this whale event is there 8 times per day. You can see it when you go to the timetable just here. So just keep an eye out, and it always starts at the top of the hour. The whale is there for about 20 to 30 minutes until he plunges back down into the sea here. So what this means is you should be able to get about 12 obsidian per day if you go to every event and get like 30 nodes across the duration of 20 minutes. You will have to keep in mind of the boarding spots, how to get onto the whale. You can do so via Pure Light Tower, the Starlight Observatory, over here on this point at the Sandworm Lair, just here beside Stoneguard Castle as I showed I did, and there could potentially be another boarding spot up here in the north if he appears in that area. He has multiple different loops, so you'll just need to keep an eye out on that and you'll eventually learn it. But there's also another thing you can take advantage of, which will also give you a chance for more obsidian. And that's when you're on the whale, you will notice at some point he's going to like shake just like this and drop down these like meteors. If you fly down, you will find them called Divine Beast Crystals. And these can give some pretty good loot, which includes that chance for obsidian. The main issue though is that these are contested. If there are other players around, they may snatch them first. So it's not the most reliable source. And I would say you maybe get one of them per event if you're going for them, which would result in about 6 per week. And with regards to the marine ores, far more reliable source, you can get about 84 per week. And this ends up to a total of, yes, 100 obsidian in just 1 week, in just 7 days. So you can craft that Black Anvil weapon for yourself. I have done so just recently, and that's just through saving up the obsidian drops from solo dungeons, weekly missions, and via the arena merchant, which got updated to the battlegrounds merchant. I did not actually go and do the whale until just recently, as I was not aware that the drop rate's actually pretty good. So yes, if you do not have your Black Anvil weapon already, go ahead and get it. It is a massive boost to progression. Trust me, you will need that solent. You will need millions and millions and millions, more than you ever think you will need. For example, I've already spent over 500 million here. I'm sure other players have spent upwards of 100 million, and the costs have only gotten higher. Like unlocking resonance alone cost 6 million and nearly another 6 just to craft these stones. And again, weapon mastery is really important to get the combat power, to get these skill bonuses, all these stat boosts, and ultimately, even if you have 2 weapons maxed out, you'll still want to go for this overall mastery level up. Also, if you are new, and especially if you have Da Vinci's favor, whenever you get weapon mastery, when you get this XP, you need to go to your weapon and you need to click level up here. And you need to assign that XP to these weapons by simply going plus here. This is where your weapon mastery gets stored. You'll also get some weapon mastery just by doing contracts, by doing dungeons, and it'll all get put there, not onto the actual weapon. So your weapon level will not go anywhere if you're not actually assigning that XP, unless you do not have Da Vinci's favor and you're doing that contract token farm. Also be aware, if you do not have Da Vinci's favor, you need to find the Wandering Crafter. And you also need to find them if you want the Black Anvil Orb. It's the only place you can get it. For some reason, they did not add it to the Celia Crafter. So overall, I hope this helps. Yes, some of you are going to scoff at me and be like, we already all know this already. Well, you're not the only people playing the game. Some people play at a slower pace and others are new and just joining the game. So thanks for watching. A special thank you to all these channel members, and we'll see you guys around.